Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 3DXL podcast. My name is Ray. You can find me over on Twitch and Twitter at RAY200123. Also, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe as it helps us out. Encourage for more content. With me, as always, D. D, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm doing all right, man. It's been a tough week. Real quick before we get into the predictions, we do want to bring up as far as passing of a couple wrestlers that passed away this week. The first one being Terry Funk, who he lost, I believe, this past early this week, and then also the unexpected passing of Wyndham Rotunda, aka Bray Wyatt. In the report, I believe, as far as Triple H was the first to give out the news on the passing of Bray Wyatt via his father, Mike Rotunda, the former IRS, Irvin R. Shyster. Any thoughts, D, on the passing of these two guys?
No, we just lost some great performers. Always have those memories of Terry Funk with his matches with Mick Foley, one of the original hardcore guys, barbed wire matches and things like that. And then Bray Wyatt, just one of my favorites, the Wyatt family. The 5-5 Funhouse, the cinematic matches. Just a loss, a sad loss, sad day for wrestling. Was looking forward to him coming back.
Yeah, we were kind of expecting him to come back as far as I know Sean Ross Sapp where they were anticipating him coming back. There was some speculation as far as what was going on with Bray. I really don't want to get into that, but luckily it was more of natural causes. If you want to find out what happened to Bray, it's easily accessible through Twitter. Sean Rossap did give as far as the story of that, but this I do want as far as touch up on those two guys, but gone too soon. Bray Wyatt definitely at 36, leaving his wife
Yeah, God
JoJo
bless.
and his 4 kids as well. So, but definitely here for the prediction show. I definitely won't be a downer, but real quick as far as I get into that, I do want to give a little history to All In. The original that's a weird transition, but I want to move on to that. Back in 2018, All In was, as far as created, it was made by Cody Rhodes after Meltzer replied to a fan asking if an independent show could bring in 10,000 fans outside of WWE. Let's just say the show sold out within 1 hour. Cody Rhodes did take the bet, and you can pretty much say that the success of All In led to the birth of AEW. Fast forward to 2023, AEW is set to wrestle in front of 80,000 plus people. All In, as far as prior to this week, we did have a card with a lot of people saying that the card was somewhat underwhelming. Tony Khan did respond by saying that there would be some changes made. And some changes were made essentially,
And the Carter is still underwhelming.
and we'll break them down, kind of give our predictions as well. So we'll start off with the 0 hour. This has not been officially announced yet, but Tony Khan did confirm this online. We do have as far as Jungle Boy going against, or Jack Perry going up against Hook for the FTW as far as title. No odds have been released as of yet.
Because nobody cares.
My pick here, I think I picked Jack Perry. Who do you got here, D?
I have Jack Perry. You picked Hook.
Did I pick Hook? I'm sorry.
Unless you want to change it.
No, I
You're
mean,
more than welcome to
honestly,
change your pick.
it makes sense. I guess we'll get into this. Like, it kind of makes sense to go with Hook here, but I just don't know if, like, I talked about this briefly with you. Like, I don't know if I think it's too early to be Jack Perry here. He needs some build here, man, because they really haven't done much with him, but he's done well as far as the heel run he has currently right now with the FTW belt on the line, which doesn't mean much. But yeah, originally I have Hook. I'll stick with Hook for now. But you said you got Jack Perry.
Yeah, I went with Jack because I think that this is the perfect way if they're going to retire the FTW championship, as it's not a recognized championship. This is just the perfect way to do it. He said he's going to retire it after he won, unless they're going to do something with Taz not allowing him to and Hook getting it back. I think that they need to retire it because they haven't really done anything with it. Nobody cares about it. Nobody's trying to win it. So
The only way I could see, I mean, if it's a one-on-one match clean, I think Hook should win. But if there's any interference, I'm leaning towards Jack Perry. But there is possible chance that Anna Jay may interfere. I think I talked about this with you off air, but Damn, I kind of
Meh.
I don't feel confident about the Hook pick now that I think about it. So I guess we'll go with this. This is where we're starting off with the first match of the night, and we're split already. So, but moving on
You
to
sure
the,
you want to stick with Hook?
I'll stick with the Hook for now. Moving on to the
All
next one,
right.
which I think is a little bit more difficult to predict. I think we do have as far as the, I think is the main event for 0 Hour, whatever they add on. They have has not been announced, but we have Aussie Open going against MJF and Adam Cole. Currently, Vegas has Aussie Open as the favorites at minus 260 with MJF and Adam Cole at plus 180. Um, the buildup has been really weak here, man. The ROH belts, I think, is kind of a way for AEW to kind of say, like, well, we're sorry that they didn't win the AEW titles. Here's the secondary belts, the ROH belts. Have at it. The buildup has been weak on this. Although I love the chemistry between MJF and Adam Cole, this wasn't necessary in my opinion. That said, I'm gonna go with Aussie Open. Then that's mainly based off of the what I think may happen later on in the card, and I'll explain more with the main event. But who you got here?
I have Ozzy Open because I think that this is stupid. No offense to MJF and Adam Cole, but I don't understand why they need to fight twice on one card when you have a bunch of people who could get on this card. There are a lot of people who you could put on 0 Hour and just give them a shot at the tag team championships. You could have put the Kingdom against Ozzy Open. You could have put the Gates of Agony, against them. Like somebody get other people on the card. Big Billing, Brian Cage, they're not doing anything. They could fight Ozzy Open. I just don't think that it was necessary to have Adam Cole and MJF fight twice.
Let me ask you this because I feel like if this feels like we have the fantasy book here to kind of try to make sense of what they're doing here. Do you see anything, possibly any shenanigans happening here where one of the two of MJF and Adam Cole possibly, heaven forbid that, knock on wood, one of them gets hurt and then messes up the main event? Do you think that's a possibility where one of them may get injured and the main event may be possibly changed? Is that anything that's a possibility?
I don't think that the main event is going to be changed. I don't think they're going to pull an injury angle here. It might be some kind of shenanigans and some tomfoolery that happens, but I don't think that you're gonna see anybody else but MJF and Adam Cole in the but maybe the Kingdom comes out and interferes with Roddy Strong.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would hope that they don't do that in a championship match, but I just think that you could have put two other people in this spot, especially when this is your first pay-per-view in the UK.
Yeah.
Get other people in there.
I think what's probably going to happen here, there probably will be shenanigans, but they may lead to Aussie Open winning, and that may possibly create a tension between MJF and Adam Cole, and that may give a better main event match. We'll see. But at this point, it's anybody's guess what the hell's going to happen on this match. So I agree with you, D. I don't think this match was necessary. They could have put the ROH belts to better use as opposed to these two, but I think they lost. I think Adam Cole and MJF lost a lot of momentum when they did not beat FTR, and it's just not been the same. But
which was the right decision.
You think so?
I do.
I mean, I think you could have easily taken off the belts off of MJF and Adam Cole and have FTR win it again. But we'll get to the FTR situation later on. But I guess for now we both pick Aussie Open. But okay, going on into the start of the actual All In I guess it's a pay-per-view. With the, I guess it's Kenny Omega, Handman, and also Kota Ibushi going against Takeshita, Jay White, and Juice Robinson. Right now they have pretty much Bullet Club Gold plus 250. They were plus 200. The Golden Elite are now, as far as were minus 300, are now up to minus 400. So Vegas is heavily going against or going with the Golden Elite. But I think I went with the Golden Elite here. I just
you did.
I don't care for this feud, man. It's kind of underwhelming. They haven't done shit for this. Like, why is Ibushi being added on here? They just threw him in here. It's just one of those things they just, like, Tony just threw shit against the wall and was hoping to stick. But there's no build here. There's hardly any heat. They just beat up on Kenny and, like, oh, it's 3-on-3 now, motherfucker. Like, but who you got in this card? Or
That's
who you got
pretty
in this
much.
match?
Well, I'm gonna go with Bullet Club Gold and Takeshita because I don't see where, if the Golden Elite wins, why would Kenny Omega want to fight Takeshita later when he's been feuding with Don Callis and they need a reason to have a one-on-one match? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can't keep having the Bullet Club Gold lose. They're always losing. You have Jay White and you have Juice Robinson. You already have the Guns constantly taking losses. So how are you gonna have a star like Jay White just constantly keep losing? You know, and it seemed like you said, there was no reason for Kota Ibushi, and you had to have Hangman doing something. So it's like, well, let me just throw it against the wall, and yeah, we're gonna see if this works. I'm personally not for it because I don't see the reasoning for it,
Mhm.
but I do get it because you have to do something with Hangman. Period. You can't not have him on this card, but I don't see why we're not getting Kenny Omega versus Takeshita in a singles match.
I think the answer to that is
That'll
because they're
probably be all
saving.
out,
Yeah,
but
correct. Which is the week after, and D was actually surprised that I had told him that it was 1 week apart. So that's a tough asking from Tony to have fans pay $100 within 7 days. So, but I think Takeshita and Kenny are going to be not much of a build, 1 week build, and I think that's the match at All Out. So,
but the thing is, they've had a build. It's not like they haven't had it. You've had this Don Callis versus Kenny with Takeshita coming out and beating him. So that's the build. That has been a build. The Bullet Club Gold and Hangman and Kota Ibushi have just been thrown into this for no reason. That's where the no build comes in. But you've had this tension and this back and forth between Don Callis and Takeshita, the Don Callis family, and Kenny, ever since he turned on him.
yeah, and this is
You
going
know,
back
so I
to
just
Double or
don't.
Nothing, right?
Yeah, so I don't understand why you have Bullet Club Gold except to get them on the card because you have to get Jay White on this card. You can't not have him on this card.
Very true. I forgot about that. I think. So wait a minute. So I guess the baby faces are going to be the Bullet Club Gold. Are the fans
Fuck
going
if
to
I
cheer for
know,
them?
bro.
I think you're. No. He's Australian, isn't he? He's not British.
I'm not
Jay White.
sure, but either way, well, hell, Aussie Open is probably gonna get cheered.
Well, they're in the
I mean,
UK.
Adam Cole and
Yeah, yeah.
MJF are,
No,
but they're still gonna get
I
cheered.
think they're gonna root for Kenny and Ibushi, especially Ibushi. So
No, we'll see.
I mean, well, I'm
I think they're gonna cheer for everything because they're just so starved for wrestling out there.
yeah, the UK, yeah,
I think that's what they're banking on with this card, if I'm being honest.
probably, but well, I think I put this match first because of the whole issue with the Elite and CM Punk and how they have them kind of like separated from large gaps. So that's the reason I think they're gonna go first, but. We shall see. But moving on to the next match here, we do have the AEW Women's Championship, the Fatal 4-Way, with Saraya, Hikaru Shida, Tony Storm, and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Vegas has no clue who the hell they got on this one. I'll go over the odds. Tony Storm is plus 550. Britt Baker is plus 400. Saraya is plus 125, and Shida is plus 100. So Vegas is kind of making you pick between Shida and Saraya. Here, I think Shida's gonna win. I don't know what they're gonna do with this. I think it's too early to beat Shida here, but I mean, we'll see. I honestly I don't care much for this match. I'm interested to see the reaction from the fans from Saraya, but I'm just hoping she doesn't do anything dumb or do any type of any botches. And I say that in a way where I hope all of them stay healthy. And for the love of God, can we please not hurt Britt Baker? Because I swear to God, every time she's on a paper, she gets hurt or get a busted nose or something like that. But I have Shida here. Who you got, D?
I have Shida also. It was a hard decision because this is one of those you would think that Saraya would win because she's home. I mean, Tony Storm as well, but Saraya is really that crowd favorite, and I think she's going to get the biggest pop. But why would you do that to Shida? You already gave her the title once during the no fan pandemic era. She's finally getting her flowers, and to take it off of her would kind of be like a slap in the face to the fans as well. So I'm hoping that Sheeta's the one who wins. Like Britt Baker's, I don't think she's winning. Tony Storm, I could see it, but I don't think she's gonna win. It comes down to Sheeta and Saraya, and I think that you have to keep it on Sheeta. Maybe there'll be some tension between Tony Storm and Saraya, like there was tonight on Rampage. So hopefully they go in a way where I guess break them up because it doesn't really matter with the Outcasts anymore.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I mean,
But I'm
you
going with
you brought
Shida.
up an interesting point. You can definitely make an argument for all four women, but
Except for Britt Baker. Britt Baker's not winning.
you don't think so?
No,
I
not at all.
guess. I mean, I guess we'll see. But there's a chance, maybe, because when is um Jamie Hayter coming back? Is she due anytime soon or?
Not a clue, bro. Haven't heard
Oh my
anything
god,
about
yeah,
her, honestly.
they've been on cold with her, but she may possibly challenge. And if she's, I think she was supposed to come back around this time or close to All Out. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she comes out and challenges Sheeta All Out. But I think it might be too early. Same like you. I haven't heard shit from Jamie Hayter, but we shall see. But anyway, moving on to the next match here. We originally, this was supposed to be the Darby Allin and Sting versus Swerve Strickland and AR Fox match, and this is some of the changes that we were talking about earlier. So this is definitely the first change in the card. This has been a bit of a goofy feud with Joker Sting making an appearance and kidnapping Prince Nana. Sting kind of gave out the wrong date as well for All In, and Prince Nana actually had to correct him, which is freaking hilarious. But fast forward 1 week later, it got even weirder. Swerve and Fox lost to Nick Wayne and Darby Allin, and then AR Fox got kicked out of the Mogul Embassy. Like, what? It didn't make sense, but because he just got added to the group, the Mogul Embassy. But to be fair, and to add some context, Sean Ross Sapp did note that Fox had not wrestled outside of the U.S. since 2016. And then Meltzer the next fall, they noted that on Wrestling Observer Radio that Fox told AEW that he could not make the Wembley on short notice. And let's just say AEW was not happy with him. And pretty much the result, we were given this angle. But it worked out for the better, in my opinion, because out comes that bastard Christian Cage. Christian Cage asked Darby if he was going to introduce him to his little friend, referring to Nick Wayne. He then goes in on Nick Wayne's father and heard that his father was dead. And this is when I realized, like, oh, God, I should have saw this coming. Christian then buries his father, Buddy Wayne, by saying he never heard of him, probably because he wasn't any good. Like, Jesus Christ. I will say Twitter loved Christian Cage. I mean, this guy is like the fucking Michael Jordan of burying father's kids. But all kidding aside, I'm pretty sure Nick Wayne did sign off on his angle. So, as a result, the new match, it's a coffin match. We have Darby Allin and Sting, which currently are right now minus 1,000 favorites, going up against Swerve and Christian Cage, who are plus 500 favorites here. My pick is Darby and Sting. And I don't think it's going to be close. I don't see any shenanigans happening here, but who you got here, D?
I got Darby and Sting because they never fucking lose. Darby somehow beats everybody, and I don't get it. We had this conversation a couple of days ago where I'm just tired of Darby because he just beats everybody. Like, people 2 times, 3 times the size, he's beating them with ease. And not even because they posted themselves, because he did something that caused them to lose. Get the fuck out of here. I'm tired of Darby. Because it's just like I don't want to say that little guys can't win fights, because of course they can.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
You're never gonna say that people can't win, but he always wins. And he's not even one of the best of the 4 pillars, in my opinion. To me, he's a Jeff Hardy. He throws himself at people, and that's how he wins. He's not a great technical wrestler. He's not really a high flyer. He just throws himself at you. And when it's somebody who can catch him and throw him, I don't understand why that doesn't happen. And I want Christian and Swerve to win. They should win because they have the Mogul Embassy behind them, and they have Luchasaurus behind them. But somehow, Sting with a bat and Darby Allin always fucking win.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but that's just the way it is. So I'm not expecting them to go against status quo. So I'm gonna pick Darby and Sting, but I will say that I'm pulling for Swerve and Christian. Pulling for them big time.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can see why. I mean,
I'm not a Darby fan.
I mean, I hear you on that. I mean, sometimes like seeing Darby drop kick people with his head just kind of gets. I mean, just seeing you hit the nail on the head, like, for sure. He's the new Jeff Hardy. Like, this dude is so reckless. Like, I'm surprised he hasn't paralyzed himself yet in some of these matches. But I mean, I'm with you too. Like, yeah, they
Bro,
don't lose. It's hard to
how?
lose.
How does he always win?
Yeah.
I've watched Rey Mysterio for the better part of 20 years. Even he got his ass kicked and squeaked out wins. He didn't just flat out beat Batista. He had to luck into beating Batista. If it was Darby Allin would have just straight up beat Batista because he's just better. How does he beat Lance Archer? How does he beat Brian Cage? I don't fucking get it. It's mind blowing.
Well, he's like,
But he's been a champion like what 3 times?
yeah,
Swerve
TNT
hasn't touched the championship yet. Come on, I'm done. I'm tired of Darby.
Okay. Well, I guess both of us agree.
Thing is jumping off shit. He's about to fucking kill himself out there. He's jumping off and missing ladders and running into tables and stuff. He can't move in time, and he's getting put through a table. I mean, I love Sting. I love every time he's out there because I don't know how many more times we're gonna get to see him. But this whole him and Darby thing, I think I'm just tired of Darby.
Well, I mean, I will say this about Darby. Like, he's a little dude, and it is kind of like ridiculous to see him like beat guys like that are 3, 4, 5 times his size, like Miro or freaking. Well, did he beat? I don't think he beat Miro. Brian Cage.
No, Miro's the one who beat his ass.
Yeah, like guys who are like much larger than him, and he somehow pulls out a win out of his ass. Like, it's just kind of ridiculous. So I'm not gonna.
Then he always takes the moral high ground bullshit.
Yeah.
Like with this AR Fox thing. I don't care what you did to me. I still love you. Shut the fuck up,
dude. That was so stupid, especially because what he did to Nick Wayne. Like, is Nick Wayne cool with this? I was like, bro.
I'm tired of Darby. I'm sorry.
No,
nothing against him personally. It's just the way that he's been booked. It's not for me.
I mean, he's good at selling. I'll give him that. He's a hell of a as far as selling, but
he'll take an ass whooping.
But
he also gives one too.
He has said himself though he does not foresee himself going much longer doing this because he does think his body will break down eventually. So maybe that's why they're letting him win.
How many times can you throw your body at a brick wall and survive? That's what he does.
I mean, I'm aware of that, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, but I guess me and Dee both agree Darby and Sting here for the 100th.
Yeah, because they don't fucking lose.
For the invincible Darby Allin and the forever Sting. But anyway, Joker Sting. Anyway, moving on to the next one here. It was as you said, as far as changes occurred also as well. This one was another one. As far as add-ons for Stadium Stampede. It was supposed to be originally a 6 versus 6 match, but we did have as far as the to be determined wrestlers added to the match. Those men were Santana and Ortiz. Both of them, as far as the former Proud and Powerful, returned and were added to the match. Ultimately, what they did here, because there was as far as someone that could not make the trip, Ray Phoenix. What they did essentially here, Santana and Ortiz both men assisted the Blackpool Combat Club taking out Ray, which resulted in now the match being a 5-on-5. Phoenix was written off because of the visa issues and whatnot, but now we have is a 5 versus 5 now, resulting with Team Blackpool Combat Club going against Team Best Friends here. I think I picked the Blackpool Combat Club on this one.
Yeah, but question: haven't they all been 5v5s?
No,
Stadium Stampede.
Yeah, I think you're right, but I mean, it's not really a Stadium Stampede. It's more of a freaking Anarchy and Arena on steroids match.
Well, no. See, remember the first Stadium Stampede actually took place in the stadium,
right? But it was in an empty stadium, though.
Yeah.
Well, now they're with people in the crowds, but. And then before I forget here, like the Team Blackpool Combat Club is -300 favored against the Best Friends who are +200. But I think you also picked the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah, with Santana and Ortiz.
I mean, there's really not much to add on this. This is just a random ass mashup. Like Santana and Ortiz, the last time they were together in the ring, they were with the Blackpool Combat Club going against the Jericho Appreciation Society. They really didn't explain why they sided with BCC and going against Eddie Kingston. Obviously, there was some heat between the men, but this didn't make much sense to me. This is one of those other ones like Tony just threw against the wall and hope it sticks. But I'm pretty sure they're going to do some crazy shit in the arena. But honestly, I really don't care who wins in this one, but my pick is Blackpool Combat Club. Any thoughts on this?
Well, I'm picking Blackpool Combat Club, but I'm also hoping that they win because I like Santana and Ortiz, and I'm hoping that they get back together, even though they look like they wanted no parts of each other on Wednesday.
Yeah, they didn't
And
acknowledge each other. Yeah.
did you give the Darby and Swerve odds? Because I'm so curious to know what
Oh, I
what
don't
those
think.
are.
I'm sorry. Going back to that. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Darby.
just real quick, just real quick.
Darby and Sting were minus 1,000 favorites. Not even Vegas thinks they're gonna lose.
Oh shit! Jesus Christ!
Yeah, so even those who like, yeah, they're not even they're no selling this. Like, they know better, brother.
But
Yeah.
back to this one, I'm rooting for. I'm going for the BBC. Yes, I know BCC. And I'm going for them to win. And I mean, I as much as I like Penta and Kingston and the Best Friends, I just don't see a reason for them to win. I don't see a reason for this match, but
Yeah.
I don't see a reason for them. I don't see how them winning forwards any kind of feuds.
I mean,
So
I'm wondering where they even go from here. Like, I think ultimately what's gonna happen here is it's gonna be Moxley and Orange Cassidy all out. I think this is where it goes from here.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I guess that he's gonna take his title from him because
This has got to be it, right?
Orange, yeah, OC has had that title forever. He's been probably, and people are gonna be mad at me saying this, probably been one or two as the best champion in AEW. If you take any title, his reign is one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that might be better is the belt collector. Just saying.
I mean, we'll see, but yeah, I feel like Moxley will probably just be the one to finally dethrone Orange Cassidy a lot because
He's had a great run.
he's had a phenomenal great. They got way out of that more than I expected, to be honest. And Cassidy, for sure, OC definitely, the international title like definitely benefited more, or he rose it to a prestige level where it's a respectable belt in my opinion. But I think Moxley will take it to the next level. And Moxley, I love Moxley too. I love this version of John Moxley. So
I put it like this. I think that title is better than the TNT title at this point.
yikes! I think you're right. All right.
He's put on much better matches. He's been on the card in better spots. The matches have just all around been better. And one of the best matches, when you think about it, was the Forbidden Door match with who was it? It was Zack Sabre Jr., Daniel Garcia, and what's his name?
Shibata?
Not Ibushi. Yes, that's one of the best matches.
To these guys, where is Zack Sabre Jr.? Why is he not in this fucking match? It's in London.
Bruh, I don't know.
Fuck, I forgot about that. God, I don't know. Anyway, I guess yeah, we'll yeah.
Maybe it was a New Japan thing he couldn't
Yeah.
get off. Who knows?
Yeah, Team BBC. Anyway, let's go.
Yep.
Moving on to the next match here. We have as far as losing my place here. We have as far as CM Punk, the real World Champion, or the X Division Champion, going against Samoa Joe. Currently on these odds, CM Punk was previously a minus 800 favorite. Now he's up to 1,000 minus 1,000 favorite, with Samoa Joe previously being 425 plus favorite. I'm sorry, plus odds, and now he's up to plus 500. So Vegas does not think CM Punk is going to lose, period. I don't care. I'm like...
Don't take my lines.
We've seen this match already. There was no reason for this match to take place. Like, CM Punk already beat Joe. There's no reason for us to do this match. Like, it's like, does no one else want to wrestle CM Punk at this point? Like, is there nobody else available? Like, that's what I'm going with this match. But I guess I'll take CM Punk by default.
I don't care. I just don't care. First of all, I'm over CM Punk. I don't know what they're doing with him. I think that is stupid. I don't like what he says.
He's a horrible leader. I'll give him that.
I don't like the contradictions. He tells people to see him if they got something to say to him. Then he gets mad when they come see him. He disrespects Adam Hangman Page. Then he wants to apologize by text after his words were, the apology should be as loud as the disrespect.
Yep.
So I don't really care for him. I don't understand why they're calling this the real World Championship. If you're gonna have a brand split, then just call it a brand split. Don't have the real World Championship And then the AEW World Championship. It's stupid. I don't care. Then he put an X over it. Let me guess, he was just Xing out the elite. Whatever. I don't care. He's not going to lose to Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe, he has a title. He hasn't even defended his own fucking title. So what is he going to do with another one? Why does he need the real world champion? Whatever. CM Punk, I'm done. I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
All right, move on to the next one because there's really nothing else to add. Like, I mean, we could go on for hours on end about CM Punk and his bullshit, and also Tony Khan dick riding on CM Punk, which I'll say like.
And I
that,
like
but,
CM Punk. That's the fucked up part.
Yeah.
I like CM Punk as a wrestler and the things that he's done. I'm just tired of what he's saying being contradictory and acting like he's God's gift to wrestling. Because, bro, there's a lot of people I'd rather watch than CM Punk.
Yeah,
I like him.
I mean,
there's a lot of people out here that I'd rather see.
At this point, I'm just waiting for him to get hurt again, and then he'll be out of the picture for 6 to 8 months. So anyway, I guess it's just taking time, but we'll see what happens. All right, moving on to the next match here. But real quick, as far as the next match we have as far as Chris Jericho and Will Ospreay. Prior to the match, I didn't care for it as much. Ospreay and Jericho did do contract signing this past Wednesday on Dynamite. It was excellent. Fozzy will be performing live at All In, and Ospreay pretty much accused Jericho that he wasn't taking the match serious. And my God, did like Ospreay cut a hell of a promo. The guy literally went on as far as like he's literally wrestling on an indie show the night before All In. He's doing everything he can to try to make money to put as far as support his wife and his step child, I believe he said. But the guy pretty much hinted his contract is going to be up in 6 months and he's due the millions that he's owed. This guy for sure is going to get paid, and I know pretty much WWE, AEW, and everyone will try to get him as far as persuade him to go to their company. But the other thing as far as one add-on, also Jericho added to it, saying that this is bigger than any WrestleMania, this is bigger than any Tokyo Dome, this is bigger than anything. Jericho referring to All In.
That's why the card should be better.
Yeah, this is, I believe, I didn't care much about it, but I do care a little bit more now for this match. I will give the Vegas odds here. Will Ospreay is currently a minus 1,000 favorite going against Chris Jericho, who's a plus 500. I mean, to me, this is easy. It's the pick is Ospreay, and he's pretty much my lock of the night. But I hope they have a decent match here.
God damn it, that means Ospreay is gonna lose.
No, don't say that, man. No, he's not, bro. There's no way. Like he is gonna for sure. He's not losing in London, bro. Not
That's what
not
you
in front of
said
that
the
crowd,
last
bro.
time you had a
Not
lock.
in front of that crowd, bro. But who you got on this one?
I had Will Ospreay, but
don't start.
Because your locks don't tend to be locks.
I got screwed over one time, brother.
Shayna Baszler and fucking Ronda Rousey, and they lost because Shayna Baszler flipped on her for no reason. Oh, God damn it. Don Callis is about to turn on Ospreay. And he's going to go with Chris Jericho. Damn it. No, I'm picking Ospreay. You better not fuck me with your lock of the night bullshit.
I think I only missed on one. I pretty much hit every one of them. I think the last time I picked the Logan brothers on the last prediction show, and I was right.
That wasn't a hard one to pick, though.
I mean, but that's why you call it lock of the night, brother.
Well, apparently yours isn't always fucking foolproof.
Well, I mean, there's something. If I knew about Ronda leaving or contract being up, I would have picked freaking Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez or Gonzalez, whatever the fuck her name is.
Just saying, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I just gotta have faith in me, bruv.
I did. You picked Ronda Rousey, and Shane has the lock. I picked Gunther, the real lock.
We'll see. Well, I just don't see Ospreay. Like, if AEW wants him to come to their company, I'm pretty sure they're going to do whatever they can to put him over, and especially in front of his family, his friends, his home country. There's just no way
he's the one who should win out of everybody. He's the one who should win. Being, in London, he should win.
Yeah. So, lock of the night: bet the house, bet the car, bet your children, bet your soul. Will Ospreay will win.
Don't bet anything, people. Don't do it.
Moving on.
Just pick Ospreay.
Moving on to the next match here. Another as far as add-on or late add-on. We did have as far as Daddy Ass return last Wednesday. The challenge for the Trios title with the Acclaim. Currently, right now, we do have the House of Black as plus 250 as far as dogs, against the Acclaim being minus 400 favorites. I mean, this has been going on since freaking Double or Nothing. I mean, they've already lost twice, I believe. This is their third challenge. I was gonna ask as far as why are they challenging again, but I guess the House of Black accepted their challenge because they picked the fight. But I agree. I think the Acclaim will definitely win the trio title. I just hope they pull these titles off of the Malachi and Brody, and also as far as his name escaped me, Buddy. Yeah, Brody Matthews. Like they got to do something with Malachi. Like he's not doing shit. He's too good of a guy to be in the trios. He needs to compete in singles and probably go feud against CM Punk or someone. Give CM Punk a new opponent. But I have the Acclaim here. Who you got, bro?
I mean, I have the Acclaimed also, but I'm not gonna say that they need to break up the House of Black. This to me, I hate. It's kind of on some WWE thing where, for some reason, every time a group breaks up, every time they want to push somebody, they have to break up the group. You don't have to break up the House of Black. You can just have them do different things. You know, they should lose. They've had it all this time, and they haven't really been doing anything with them.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see them break up. I would love to see. Actually, I want to see Buddy Matthews win the TNT Championship, or he could win the international title. Right, that's what they call it, international.
Yeah, international title.
Yeah, he could win that. I want to see them do something with him, but I wouldn't be mad at seeing Malachi in the World Championship picture. I wouldn't mind seeing Miro on this card at all, but there's certain people who I think they should level up, but I don't think that they have to necessarily break up the House of Black to do it.
I kind of hope they do. Well, not break up the House of Black, but just get them off the trio side off of them, because I feel like they're shackled together, and I feel like they would flourish individually. Like I think I should probably rephrase that better, but I think Malachi should be challenging for the world title. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. He should be. They should be doing more with the House of Black in general. So, but I'm picking the Acclaim because you can't have them keep going for the title and just keep losing.
Yeah, but we're having not daddy ass show. We're having badass Billy Gunn. So what's the difference between the two of them?
Fuck if I know.
Oh, you're sure you want the one Billy Gunn, or maybe the one with Chuck Colombo?
Maybe he's gonna be like the Demon Finn Balor and just put some face paint on. That's it, because the face paint gives you extra energy.
Oh,
gives you that killer instinct.
Get out of here with them. Well,
maybe he'll put on his little pink tights with the kisses on them.
I'm sure. Oh my God, yeah, Mr. Ass, bring that back. I mean, I'm sure he would catch a briefcase if it's thrown at him. But anyway, that's another story. Moving on to the next match here. We did previously have FTR and the Young Bucks as far as do a sit-down interview. FTR was supposed to be on Collision this past Saturday, but was held off due to the Cash Wheeler aggravated assault charges, the alleged assault charges. In the interview on Dynamite, the Young Bucks did come off a little bit heelish. They pretty much took credit for FTR having their name. But the one thing as far as I have concerns going into this match, because I thought originally FTR was going to win. Cash Wheeler with now I'm calling him Strap Wheeler. He pretty much had the charges as far as go against him. I think he had an AR rifle of some sort. I'm not too sure, but currently Vegas. Originally the Young Bucks were the dogs at plus 180. Now they're the favorites at minus 160 with FTR previously being the favorites at minus 250. Now plus 120. Slight pick'em. But that's a big flip right there, and I kind of agree. I think the Young Bucks are going to beat them here, because who knows how bad those allegations are with Strap Wheeler. But I'll take the Young Bucks here. And plus I'm a little biased towards the Young Bucks. But who you got, D?
Well, first off, I think that Arn Anderson should come out and really show him who the Strap Man is. I think he should put it right to his head.
God,
but. I had the Young Bucks before all of this happened anyway. I was picking the Young Bucks before, Cash Wheeler had his issues. So I'm going to stick with the Young Bucks. I just don't think that FTR have had it for a while. They haven't really done too much, but I can see them putting it back on the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I think Dax is also running out of good promos because he keeps Every time he mentions like my wife, my daughter, like it's just like it's just the same shit. Like when MJF fucking ragged on him, I laughed so hard. But now even the Bucks are kind of ragging on him too as well. So and Cash just kind of just stood there, like sat there and didn't say a damn thing. I think he was
They
just
need
too
to be
damn sad.
heels.
You think so?
Yeah, FTR are good heels. I love them as they were good baby faces, but like you said, they're running out of material. But they're great heels.
What I'm curious as far as to see who the crowd is going to get behind. I can see them going for FTR, but I can also see them going for the Young Bucks. But we could get like split chance.
I guess it depends on how gun control is.
I think if R. Anderson comes out and Bax manages the FTR, I think the crowd will go get with FTR. But
that would be awesome.
yeah, but I think
They need to go down to the range real quick before they get there.
fuck. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll put him in a sharpshooter or something. We'll see. But anyway, or maybe he'll do the Kenny Omega gang bang. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know, dude. I think I'm wondering where they go after this, though. Like, I guess the Young Bucks are gonna. I don't know who they're gonna feud with after this if they do win the titles. Cause I can't think of. I mean, it'd have to be two random guys. I don't know who though. Like anybody, because they'll probably be at All Out, right?
You would think so.
But who would you put them against in a 1 week feud? Rematch?
Maybe run it back. I don't know.
I think running it back would be the answer.
Well, I honestly don't care if that's not sounding too fucked up. Like you know how I feel about new talent.
Well,
and I would, you know, who I literally want to have it if they can work together.
Oh yeah, Problem Powerful.
Yes, so anybody except for them, I'm kind of whatever. I can see how they could put it on the back on the whatchamacallit, the Bang Bang Gang or whatever the fuck they call themselves now.
The Guns.
I like them. I know that a lot of people don't like them. I mean, but I like them a lot.
As long as they're with Juice Robinson, I'm for it. Or you could have you could have Jay and Juice Robinson go against the Elite.
I wouldn't mind that either, but I'm really tired of Jay White not going after any kind of titles. He was the NJPW title holder. He was a champion.
Mm-hmm.
He was just literally the champion before his contract was up. So, what are you doing with him?
I mean, our guess is as good as anyone's. Like, we're not sure. Maybe they'll run it back. Maybe they'll go against a new challenge. But they only have 1 week to do it, and that's the part that kind of sucks about this. I really wish Tony would have just had one event and make this a special card. I think All In. I think the mistake made here was having both events within a 1 week period. They should have went All In literally on this fucking card in front of 80,000. It's 80,000. It's in front of 80,000 people. You're setting a record. You're in the UK. Why not have the best people here and the best matches? But I think Tony was holding back on the card. That's just my opinion. But anyway. All right. Well, any other thoughts before we get to the main event?
Not really.
All right. Main event time it is. So main event time, we do have as far as friendships and titles on the line. At this point, I'm unsure who's turn on who, but all signs point to Adam Cole turn on MJF. Cole used the need to win is more than you can ever imagine line, which is referenced from Steve Austin from WrestleMania 17. The last time he said that, he actually did do a double turn. Well, actually, it was a turn on The Rock with McMahon aligning with Stone Cold. I strongly do believe Roderick Strong and the Kingdom will get involved. But getting into as far as the match, MJF is currently the minus 400 favorite. He was minus 300. Adam Cole previously plus 200. Now he's plus 250. So Vegas is leaning towards MJF retaining here. I mean, I can go on and on about it. Like as far as these two guys prior to Double or Nothing, like I really wasn't expecting much out of that tag team pairing, and they caught fire. I mean, the chemistry between the team was just fantastic. The fans got behind them. Every time they're gonna feud or they might turn on each other, the fans always chant hug it out, and they do. And they've stuck around for a while. They've gone the double clothesline over. They are the top merch sellers for AEW. I still think it's too early to break them up. I think it's weird how they booked this to go against each other. I like this disingenuous babyface of MJF, and it's working at the moment. You can turn him heel at any time. The Adam Cole thing with him pairing together now, feuding for the All In main event, is such a unique dynamic matchup that I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know if Adam Cole's going to turn on MJF or MJF's going to turn on Adam Cole, to the point where I'm only picking MJF, and I don't know what's going to happen at this point. You can fancy book whatever you like, but I have no clue what they're going to do. But I do believe, as far as there will be some shenanigans. It's just a matter of if there will be a turn or if the friendship continues. But who you got on this, D?
Well, I'm picking MJF, but what I'm hoping happens is that MJF does retain, but this has all been a setup from Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and the Kingdom since Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish aren't around anymore. They become like the new Undisputed Era kind of thing, and they both and this just makes MJF just even more of a dick because now he really can't trust people, and they all heel. I don't want to see if babyface come out of this. That's just my pick. I want to see MJF stay heel. I don't want to see him turn to babyface. I would love to see Adam Cole lead another faction because Undisputed Era was great. And I think that Matt Taven and Bennett and Mike Bennett are much better talkers on the mic than not O'Reilly, but Bobby Fish, you know.
Where's Lie? Fuck.
Yeah. God. So but I don't think that Adam Cole is going to be the one to take the title off MJF just yet.
I agree. Well, okay, so
would I be surprised if it happened? No.
So you agree, like we both agree that MJF will retain, but you do anticipate a turn will happen. Adam Cole will turn on MJF.
I'm hoping because you know how I felt about this program. As much as I love the program itself, I don't think that it needs the world championship in it. And here's the time to make that turn, to put the focus back on the world championship. Like Adam Cole's like, I just did all of this so I could get the title. I don't care about you. I just want the title. You know, because the focus has not been the title until it's time for this match. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that's what Adam Cole said the line, like, I need to win more than you can ever imagine. Like, that to me,
and he did the stabbing in the back.
Yes, thing he did to, I believe, Roderick Strong back at NXT, right?
Yeah.
And they also brought up MJF bringing up against the quarter things, where he said the reason why he is the way he is because he has trust issues, and he did bring up as far as the roll of quarters and people that he was bullied on, called them when they threw the quarters at him, the roll of quarters, and called him told him to pick it up, Jew boy. I think a way to kind of clip, and I think Brian Alvarez brought this up on Wrestling Observer when he was reviewing Dynamite with Big Vinny V. He did say, like, he does believe that the Kingdom or Roderick Strong will interfere and align themselves with Adam Cole by either throwing him a roll of quarters to Adam Cole and having that use that as a weapon to hit MJF and possibly beat him. I don't see that's going to happen, but I want this to continue to go. As far as the friendship, I would love to see Adam Cole and MJF go against the Kingdom and Roderick Strong and then find a third person. I don't know. That's another way you can go about doing this. I just feel like this is too hot and they're selling too well merchandise for it to break up. So if you're saying that the turn will happen, I think I'm just gonna call an audible here and say that there will not be a turn, and I think MJF and Adam Cole's friendship will continue. Not a lock of the night, but I will say that just kind of differentiate myself from you.
And I'll put it like this: you look at MJF and how good of a heel he already is. Look at how they used Roman Reigns and his trust issues to further this whole storyline, whether it was with Sammy, whether it's with his cousins. What Seth did to him is still lingering. MJF has told you about his trust issues. Can you imagine if Adam Cole breaks his trust?
His best friend is what he said.
That would be epic.
Oh, dude. I don't think my heart can handle it, man.
And you
But
do that in front of 80,000.
oh, the crowd
Oh man.
crowd will be groaning like, no, please don't do this, brother. But they've been kind of doing that already back and forth. Where, like, besides Adam Cole, like looking like he would turn on MJF. MJF kind of did the same thing on Wednesday when he reached for the ring and he was gonna pop Adam Cole. So they're kind
Yeah,
of making
you
you
can't
guess. Yeah,
trust
you
Adam.
can't
You cannot trust either one of them.
exactly. So that they're kind of making you guess as far as who's gonna turn on who. But I think that might in itself be a swerve, and they may not turn on each other yet. I think it will
You never
happen,
know.
but I don't want to see it,
I
man.
just
I'm
want
not
to see
gonna
the world championship as the focus again, like it is right now. The focus should always be the world championship.
I think it will be for the main event for sure, but it's just a matter of like what means more, the friendship or the title. But I get where you're coming from, man. You had a legitimate gripe too, as far as where they should make the title the preliminary focus is for the main event, as opposed to will Adam Cole or MJF turn on each other. So I kind of agree with you
Because
there,
that,
Brandon.
but if you use the title to say, look, the title is bigger than the friendship, I get it to a point. I still don't like the title being secondary to the tag team championships and their friendship. But at the end of the day, the title is always supposed to be. That's what your company is built on.
Yeah.
It's built on your main championship and your tag team championships. That's the focus, and that should be the more the champion gets more money than everybody else. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So your goal should be the championship. And I hope that they go back to saying, look, this is the championship. This is what I want. Fuck your friendship. You know?
Yeah, but I don't think the crowd's gonna want to see it. But we'll see, man.
You don't always give the crowd what they want.
That's true, man. This is
You
professional
give them what they're
wrestling.
going to be interested in.
This is professional wrestling, so you're right, man. We'll see, but I guess well, let's just say we'll go with your route, like as far as if Adam Cole does turn on him, and do they do a
That would be
rematch at
awesome.
All In or All Out, or do they do a ladder match with CM Punk with the X Division title against AEW
God.
with MJ?
You just had to ruin it. You just had to ruin it.
Hey, well, anyway, what
We were having a great discussion, and then you have to bring up CM Punk and
God,
ruin
give
it.
it to
Thank
me,
you
man.
very much.
Anyway,
Thank you very much, Ray.
well, I guess closing thoughts here. I guess one thing I do want to bring up as far as any possible returns or debuts that you may expect, because I know I have right now as far as the graphic with Jay Uso is possibly because he left the Bloodline or he quit WWE. People actually believe that crap. He's still under contract. People, he's not going to be there. Same thing with Edge. He's still under contract until end of September. Do you anticipate anybody may return or debut at All In?
Honestly, I thought that a return was going to be Santana, but he already, returned. So I don't know who else they could be using or waiting for as a surprise that would be impactful, out there.
I mean, I've heard rumblings of Goldberg, but I think they're too far apart on money.
Oh God.
You don't want Goldberg to go out there and challenge MJF for the title.
Damn. Yep, I'm done. I'm done.
Well, anyways, I guess. Well, I mean, I guess any final thoughts on the card? Like overall, in my opinion, I think the card is somewhat. It's still underwhelming. I agree with D what he said initially. They could have done better with this card. I think originally Bryan Danielson was supposed to feud with Kenny Omega had he not gotten hurt. That would have been nice, but we don't have that here, unfortunately. So my expectations.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah, my expectations are kind of mid on this one. So
mine too. It's just not a great. It's kind of like Double or Nothing. Not a great build up. And then I look at the matches, and I'm not even all that excited about the matches, if I'm being honest. It doesn't seem like a pay-per-view that you would put in front of 80,000. I thought that they could have done way better.
I guess this was the best Tony could do, or I don't know. I think there will be.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I don't know.
Where's
man.
Miro?
The booking.
Where's Powerhouse? Where's Ricky Starks? Where's Willow? Where's Zack Sabre Jr., like you said?
Where's Statlander?
Exactly. Where are all these people? Jade would have been nice to come back. I mean, what are we doing? This is not the best that he could have done. It seemed like some bullshit that they put together because they're gonna try to have a good card at All Out. They knew they would sell 80,000. Or matter of fact, they had already sold almost 80,000 when they started putting the card together. So he already had their money.
Got the money in
You
the
know, so there
pocket,
wasn't
brother.
a need to try to. Yeah, so there wasn't a need to try to bring them in. You didn't have to bring them in with a great card. Now when you're doing All Out, you're gonna have to have a great card to bring them in, especially having a pay-per-view right after pay-per-view the week before.
Oh,
So, and then you're also having this pay-per-view All Out on a weekend with WWE. So,
yeah.
is that why this card is kind of meh? I don't
Uh,
know.
we'll see what happens. Like, but I think the crowd is gonna probably carry the card. That's just my my prediction here as far as
Most definitely.
yeah. But we'll see
Like
what.
I said, I think that they're so starved for wrestling out there that they're going to be happy that they're getting anything.
Yeah.
So with them getting this, they're just like, all right, we're getting a great card. And no, it's not that great. It's mad, but we're still getting wrestling, so we're happy.
It
So I think that's what they're banking on, is the fact that they're so starved for AEW that they're going to just shout their head off for anything.
well, they got the people already in that arena. So Wembley, the All In Wembley Stadium, as far as card, will be live Sunday, August 27th. Early start for those who are not aware. They start at
12 o'clock Eastern,
12 o'clock
right?
Eastern for the 0 hour, 11 a.m. Central for 0 hour. God, I'm about to wake up really fast.
So what's that? 9 o'clock Pacific.
Pacific, yep.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't. This is well, I'll be there for it. I'm gonna watch regardless. So, football's around the
Yeah, I'm
corner.
gonna
I
watch
gotta watch.
also.
That's usually when football starts anyway. Okay, I guess. Did you want to send us home, or you want to just close it out?
I mean, I think we had a great show. I think we had some good predictions. If you want to put your predictions, please do so in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And you know what? We'll be here for hopefully a recap.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the Payback and All Out the week after. So there'll be some more review
God.
shows. So it's going to be a busy 2 weeks of wrestling.
Oh, and then we do have plans for football as well, people. So keep an eye out for that. That's a lot of
Yes.
interesting topics that are coming up. So we're
So
really
again,
looking
if you
forward to the next
like
couple weeks.
football,
Yeah.
then like and subscribe, because we will. Especially if you enjoyed our fantasy football takes and our draft, because that was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. But all right, well, thanks everyone for listening. For D, I am Ray. We'll be back. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Later, everyone.